got caught smoking in there. The
Oh,
alarms
really?
would
Yeah,
go
Really?
off and stuff. Yeah, they got pretty
That's
serious about it. So
yeah,
yeah, you
crazy.
guys
we
wouldn't have
didn't
made
have
it.
that.
Somebody went from smoking to
So
dipping.
anywho, we have this officer with us, and her husband was also deployed with us, and they were with battalion, and so I'm like, ma'am, and I think she's in Michigan now. I have to get a hold of her.
Uh-oh.
I
Oh
think
yeah.
Lieutenant or
Uh-oh.
Captain
You remember her
Gaddy
name?
was her last name, and
Yeah, we'll
so
look her up.
she's like, I want to be in your guys' vehicle. And I was like, ma'am, we're the lead. You know, we don't put officers in the lead vehicle, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't want to get
Right.
in trouble. And especially if something happens. And she's like, oh, it's fine. I'll let him know that it was me, that it was my choice, whatever. And I'm like, what are the chances that we'll get blown up, right? Like, it hasn't
Right.
happened. It was
Right.
July. Tell me why, as soon as we crossed.
Yeah. Well, luckily she was there to tell them that was her
Yeah,
idea,
she
right?
was
I mean,
awesome, but oh,
What? So were you guys were driving? Was it a Rhino?
yeah, we had the Rhino. Yes.
Okay.
yeah.
So that also has passengers in the back. So your unit was a HET unit, which is heavy equipment transportation.
Are you
So
talking
like
about the
tanks
gun truck?
and things like that. You guys. Yeah, your gun truck that
Oh,
you were
so
driving
at the
at the time.
time when that happened, I was already driving the HET. I had left the gun truck and I moved back one
Oh.
truck back. So I was driving the HET. Does that make
Oh, I
sense?
see. Okay.
I never drove a head. I was only medium truck. Do they have this like the center seat inside?
So
Like how
the
did you guys get
HET,
Dude,
three in there?
a head is a
kind of. So
hotel.
the HET,
Well,
the
good.
M1070 is the HET, and then the M1000 is the trailer, right? So the HET itself is actually 12 feet wide. I think it's 8 feet wide, 12 feet tall, 52 feet long. And the HET was made to transport M1 tanks, and the crew will sit in the back, and
Right.
that's why it has like, it's just smaller than a twin size seat. And
Okay.
so we had the
makes sense.
driver, and then the middle you have the radios and all that, and then on the other side you have your A driver, and then in the back we usually had a tank crew, which we hardly ever did. It was mainly like an officer or someone who wanted to go, or
Because you guys were doing the
yes.
drawdown, right? So you probably were carrying a bunch of like Haskell barriers and stuff
Yeah.
like that too, or something. You guys are hauling that
So
around
this
as
is
well.
actually kind of comical because
Yeah.
we hated the heads because how slow they were, and after that happened, I was like, I love
Yeah.
you so much.
Yeah.
Because they're just
So
so
the-
big. Yeah.
Was it just the three of you
Yes,
in
it
there
was
though?
just the three of us. Yeah.
Wow. And so
Wow.
something that could have had so many more people in it, that's also another kind of like wow moment. Like
Yeah.
there was only three of you.
And so
So
that's
crazy.
how that happened.
What an experience.
And then I didn't get to see.
So you processed that at that time, right? Like you do your recovery.
Right.
When did you realize that was more of a deal than it initially seemed?
You know, I feel like it happened in phases. The first one was I was separated from my partner, right? My truck partner. He went to see a doctor. I went to see someone else. They took us out of the vehicle, and I don't know who took who. I didn't see him till later. Right. And when I saw him, it was so evident that his brain was so swollen, like his eyes looked like they were about to pop out of his face. And so I started crying, and I ran to him and I hugged him, and that's kind of like when everything sunk in. And also I think we had made it to Anaconda by then. I can't remember, maybe it was Adder. I can't remember, but I went to sleep. Well, I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to be asleep longer than how many hours.
Right.
Right.
Someone was supposed to wake me up. I don't think the info was passed down to my team because they didn't know where I was. So they were looking for me all over the place and they couldn't find me. And I was, you know how some bases had tents just for women, and some it was an open bay and you can sleep, like anyone could sleep in them, right?
Right.
Well, and the women's tents were like always like way over there.
It was
it was
so
never
ironic.
convenient or
Yeah,
like
so I go to sleep And finally, oh God, he saved me so many times from different incidents, but he
Yeah.
found me, and he was like, "Hey, you need to wake up. Like I had missed like breakfast, lunch, and dinner." And it was like 3 a.m. the following
Wow.
day. And I
Wow.
was like, I thought he was messing with me because you know how he is, right? Really funny, always fucking around with everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Right. Yeah.
Well, and did you have a concussion? Like looking back, I don't know if you knew at that time, but did you
I
have a
did. Yeah,
concussion? Because I mean, obviously, sleep is
I
like the
had
one
a
thing they tell you
traumatic
not
brain
to do.
injury. Hmm.
A
Yeah.
TBI. Okay.
I was gonna ask you if you had to, like, what your process was. I mean, we don't have a lot of time, maybe a conversation for another day, but
Well,
what your process was to recover from TBI and how that's impacted you. Like, I think that's fascinating because that happens with
Yeah,
so many
so
people.
we had found out that I went back to the doctor and the doctor said, you know how we do a follow up within 48 hours, you know that we have to be under care of a provider. And so
Hmm.
he was like, you had not only did you have a concussion then, but you also had a late onset concussion or something like that.